And you've probably already hurt me by the time you find out who I actually am.
Furthermore, you've presumably currently harmed me when you figure out who I truly am without a doubt. Everybody has most certainly known about Feline Williams at this point for breaking the web with his charges and delicious debates, yet on the off chance that anybody believes he's going to take on a break after that, they are off base. This comedic legend has more on his plate, causing individuals to long for more, and without leniency, Feline uncovered individual humorists and their underhanded way of behaving in the business, beginning with Cedric the performer to the extent that everybody recalls whistled out Cedric for duplicating his best joke ever, returning to a world of fond memories. The tea began a year prior, when Cedric told Shannon Sharpe in a meeting that he didn't take Feline's joke. He said that the possibility of the joke looked bad with unrivaled courses of events. Cedric guaranteed that he had seen Feline on numerous occasions, yet the last option hadn't let out the slightest peep about it, so he left it at that anyway. Feline had an alternate story to tell, which in the end ignited contentions. He believed that I was only an unheard of comic, and that he could take this joke and no one would realize right computer-aided design made sense of that he had done this specific joke 2 times on BET's Comic View starting around 1998. It was anything but an arbitrary joke for Feline that anybody could accept possession, as he had put forth a valiant effort creating it with the assistant C of Imprint Curry, and it resembles applause, this applause anyway. He didn't expect that a specific guest would come to his show and check out his piece. It was Cedric, and what Katt had figured out following 2 years, Cedric involved it as his keep-going joke on the Lords of Satire. He simply changed my vehicle into a spaceship, him, and Steve had proactively apologized for me, so I gave him a pass as Feline's disclosure uncovered Cedric's burglary of his material, the last option answered through in Stagram, saying revisionist history no matter what, anything Feline's perspective. My vocation can't be decreased to one joke Feline Williams claims is his. I had been in more than 40 films, my specials in brand says a lot of who I am. Nevertheless, Feline's mouth simply couldn't quit spitting it toxin, as he told Sharp that composed nothing. Notwithstanding his cases, we figured out he can't sing, can't move, and doesn't compose jokes. He did 4 parody specials. They're so terrible, Shannon, they're not accessible on Netflix or Tube. And what did Cedric need to tell this? As of late, it's Nichelle Turner gotten some information about the issue. He answered that individuals get on these web journals regurgitating off stuff that is not even verifiable. He said that he just let the grub go out there until he's prepared to answer it for who I'm. You realize I stand on that, right? Yet Cedric isn't the only one on Feline's Williams list. He had an entire registry of it. Might you at any point think about who these entertainers are? How would you think they answered him? We should not trust that the juice will evaporate, as we're going to jump further into Feline's stunning disclosures. First on the rundown is Feline's warmed hamburger with Ricky Smiley. Feline Williams gruffly called out Ricky for saying that the personality of Cash Mike from the 2022 film Friday After Next was at first planned for him. Williams was an unadulterated mistrust, as he was unable to try and picture Smiley assuming that part, since he has a lot of Christian fans. Separated from that, he was exceptionally sure that Ricky couldn't act. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that lacked the ability to do revile words. Since he had a Christian fan base, he planned to play the pimp. Yet Feline wasn't done with his dissing, as he referenced the he expressed in his agreement that he wouldn't work with Ricky again, except if he wore a dress, a lot to anybody's surprise, or Smiley slew in his job as Bernice Jenkins, anything that his goals are for saying. This Feline reference that Ricky is a more convincing entertainer on the off chance that he plays a lady. 3 Speedy focuses. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" dark snick claws. How did Ricky respond to this? Well, as opposed to adding more fuel to the shoot, Smiley lowered himself. He resolved the issue on his public broadcast. Truly, he commended Williams for doing equity to the job of Cash Mike. He additionally felt that he was unable to show improvement over Feline. Did yet not every person and could answer pleasantly to Feline in the wake of being disgraced like that. One of the individuals who didn't permit such put-downs was Michael Blacken. Feline Williams said that most comics don't get booed enough, which would ultimately lead you to Blackson. He likewise focused on that Michael was faking his African pronunciation. Assuming you going to say that you got to go to Africa and get a school fella, everyone got to invest some energy following watching that episode, Dark posted on X. Feline Williams is an extremely shrewd. He went after the main 10 humorists alive today. So we can all answer and make him pertinent again. Shots were most certainly discharged, yet Feline Williams' projectiles were still on a roll. One of his objectives that might have gotten a deadly injury is fawn. Love as per Feline. He would just put entertainers who are more clever than him. Anyone who says something else is a fat FAS on liar. Yet where is this coming from? A month prior, Fayon Love told Supervisor Sword Talk 101 that having a Netflix unique these days isn't that extraordinary on the grounds that it isn't difficult to get into it flop now. With the it's not hard to get a Netflix species, this might have given Feline the plan to disphase on affection out of his preposterous cases. He just could hardly imagine how an assertion like that would come from an even individual. Have a solitary Netflix extraordinary to date. Faison said that getting a Netflix extraordinary is simple. I have 12 specials thing. About the number of Faison got, yet Faison Love persevered and told the specialty of exchange that he thinks Feline Williams is a misrepresented comic. He said that he was all mouth and no item anyway. Individuals in the remarks of that video appeared to enjoy a hearty chuckle with his assertions. One said, envision calling Feline Williams exaggerated, and you're not evaluated at all. Another remarked, I'm actually stuck on the way that he knows basically everything of Feline Williams. Let that hit home. It's likely clear that Feline Williams has a ton of problem with his kindred entertainers. Even the most notable superstar performers couldn't get away from his harsh tone. Beside uncovering Kevin Hart with his obscure relationship with Diddy, Feline Williams additionally dissed him for his fruitless parody shows. He even marked him as an industry plant. As per Williams, Hart's parody shows are unexceptional, and not so much as one of them sold out. He even communicated his consternation that Hart needed Moon to lie about his genuine childhood. No, we've never known about that before. That individual or since that individual. What do you think? A plant is. Nevertheless, Kevin Hart is only a hint of something larger. Even Feline's issue with Cedric, the performer, is viewed as a pup contrasted with the enormous canine Steve Harvey. Feline Williams had a ton to spill about Steve Harvey, particularly about the part where he took Imprint Curry's joke, that as well as Harvey couldn't make a unique piece that he liked. Wise replicated Williams, clutch your safety belts since there are receipts in addition. It seemed like Steve Harvey had effectively made an exterior of a decent family man until Feline blamed him for pimping his little girl Lori to Diddy. Separated from that, he likewise got down on his lies about being destitute when he had been procuring $3,000 per day with Imprint Curry. He used to be destitute. That is my story. That is not his story. Steve Harvey was never destitute, and how's the greatest criticism? Steve Harvey might stamp dog Curry. Take his art. Truth be told, Curry had previously uncovered him in 2019 during his guesting at the Mike and Donnie show, where he asked was his problem with Harvey. Without misgivings, he answered that Steve utilized his Halloween piece and brought in cash from it. Kid, doing your material, so he did my entire Halloween run, and I realize he didn't think about it. You realize this is valid stuff that truly happened to me. Steve Harvey obviously denied this, yet when looked at one next to the other, the recordings you are going to see represent themselves. Don't have the foggiest idea everything we are. I don't realize she didn't say to her. I think we UPS. I surmise. I don't realize that each Halloween I had a similar outfit on each year. I just had an earthy colored box. It wasn't nothing miserable, just. And I asked my dad, might I at any